Alright, so Deborah, I'm going to teach you how to make a pizza. The first thing you have to do is roll out the dough. So I'm going to show you how to do this once and then you can do it yourself afterwards. You want to knead the dough a little bit so it gets flat and you get all the air bubbles out. And it's best to remember, if you start with a circle, you're probably going to end with a circle. So put flour on top and roll back and forth. And once it's stretched out, you can flip it over and roll the other way. And it's okay if it's not a perfect circle, because you can stretch it with your hands. Alright, your dough is done. Now we have to move on to making the pizza. First thing you want to make sure is you put cornmeal underneath the dough so it comes off and you put it in the oven. I already did that. Next is sauce. We'll get a ladle full of sauce and spread it out around the pizza. Get pretty close to the edges. Then once we have enough sauce, you can add cheese. Just sprinkle that on so you have a nice even layer. And then whatever toppings you want. I'm going to put some broccoli, because that's what I like. And then another sprinkle of cheese. Make sure it's a nice circle. And then put some oil around the crust so it gets golden brown in the oven. Now we have to put it in the oven. So you want to reach as far back as you can comfortably reach and keep the peel low to the oven and start shaking until you see it hit the stone in the oven and then pull towards you. And you have a pizza. You just have to cook it in the oven for 4 minutes and it's done. Alright Deborah, now it's time for you to make your own pizza. So you can take the dough just like I showed you and flatten it out a little bit. Yep, you're doing a good job. Now put a little more flour on top and you can start rolling it out. Just go back and forth. Yep, you're doing it right. And then you can turn it the opposite way. Yep, flour. That's good. And then get some more flour on top. It'll make it easier to roll out. Good. Yep, go ahead. Don't be nervous. It's not going to rip too easily. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now you can pick it up and get ready to make it. Alright, now you're ready to make your pizza. You need sauce first. Yep, you might need a little bit more than that. That's good. Now just use your hands and spread it out all around the pizza. Get pretty close to the crust. And this pizza's just for you, so it doesn't matter too much how great it looks because it'll still taste delicious. That's good. Now you can add cheese. Sure. Just sprinkle it. You're doing a good job. Just fill in, there's some spots here that don't have much cheese, just fill them in with more cheese. Okay, now you can add whatever toppings you want. Yep, just sprinkle them on. You want to imagine you're going to cut it into 8, so try to get some toppings on all those slices. Imagine it in 8 pieces right now. Good. You're doing a good job. I'll be right back. And then we'll do some pizza. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's perfect. You're doing a great job. You learned this pretty fast. Alright, and the last thing you need to do is just put oil around the crust so that that gets folded in the oven. And then you want to pick the peel up and go towards the oven. And this is kind of a tricky part, so be careful. So go all the way back and start shaking. Yep, good job. Now pull towards you. Perfect. And now it's time to take your pizza out of the oven. So you have to use the metal peel. You can grab this and just slide it in underneath the pizza. Reach all the way back so you have the whole pizza on the paddle. Yep, and pull it towards you. Good job. And now use 2 hands and just put it in the box behind you here. Great job. And now to cut it, use the pizza cutter here, and it gets sliced into 8. So you want to cut it 4 times. Do you want me to show you, or can you do it? Okay. I'll do half, you can do the other half. Cut it in half, and then you can cut each of these quarters in half again. Perfect, that was great. Now you're ready to make your own pizzas. Thank you. Thank you. Done. This girl's gonna be professional.